Okay, so in this video series we're going to focus on developing compelling characters, and we shall cover some tips and tricks for creating a memorable and believable cast. Once we've built the hero and villain, we're going to move on to the role of the mentor and central character. In the same way that story structure isn't about plotting your story, character creation isn't characterization. At this stage, we're not visualizing hair color, accent, or what food they like. It's not the detail. In this video series, we're going to explore how to build the foundations of your characters and how the principal cast will work together to take the audience on an emotional roller coaster. Once you have a cast in place, you can layer on the characterization, you can shape personality, and then build relationships. So let's start where every story begins, with an antagonist. True, it's the hero's quest that forms the journey the audience follows, but the hero would just be living in their normal world if the villain hadn't come crashing into the first act. First and foremost, you have to love your antagonist, and you have to understand their motivations clearly. The character won't be authentic if you don't. Remember that the most convincing and compelling antagonists are those who would actually see themselves as a hero. The basic motivations of the antagonist are what creates the story, and it's their conviction that makes them an unstoppable force. The hero has to win against someone or something that has no intention of ever giving up. In order to have such conviction, of course, the antagonist has to be driven by a purpose. Okay, so let's look at the 1975 Spielberg classic Jaws. Who or what is the antagonist of the film? Well, it's Jaws, of course, and Jaws is a shark. Nature's ultimate killing machine. The premise of the movie could be, what if a great white found a taste for swimmers at the height of a small island's holiday season? So here's a crazy thought to get your head around. Jaws is really just a shark. He or she is not doing anything that sharks haven't done for a few billion years. Jaws hunts where there's food, and in Amity he stumbled upon an all-you-can-eat buffet. Because this is a story, however, and not a documentary, Jaws isn't just any old shark. He's a huge shark, and a very clever one. Will he give up? No. Can he be reasoned with? Absolutely not. So going back to the earlier point, would Jaws see himself as a villain? Not at all. Perversely, you can easily see his point of view insofar as he is what he is, and he's not that way by choice. The same can be said for the antagonists of Terminator, Alien, and Predator, and just about every dinosaur in Jurassic Park. The list goes on. A classic example of this principle is perhaps King Kong. It's actually hard to see Kong as an antagonist at all, as he's normal in his ordinary world and only really a threat when he's taken to New York. In fact, the audience even sympathises with Kong's plight. Creating antagonists in this way doesn't just apply to creatures and machines. The same could be said for Hannibal Lecter, Norman Bates, or Heath Ledger's Joker. They all possess an unshakable belief in the fact that they are right, and they wouldn't even question their normality. If your antagonist is built with such drive and commitment, then you're creating one hell of a problem for your hero. As a general rule of thumb, the antagonist doesn't have a character arc, which is to say they are pretty much the same at the end of the story as they were at the beginning. I'll cover more complex antagonists, including Kong, in another video, but for now, let's say job done. With the basics of the antagonist created, it's time to build a protagonist to stop them. In the next video, we're going to explore the role of the hero and how they work, not in isolation, but as an integral component of the principal cast. For the free worksheets that accompany these tutorials, as well as loads more information about building characters, please visit www.clickimagination.com or follow the link below. Thanks for watching, and please take time to like and subscribe.